Hello and welcome to Quest, the online experimental quiz on the occasion of 61st anniversary of Birla Industrial and Technological Museum, the first science museum of our country. In this experiment, you can see I have got a trough full of water. I have got two plastic cylinders and I have got two plastic balls. Let me release these balls on this water. As they are very light, so they are floating. Now, I am taking two cylinders in my two hands and I will hold those cylinders on top of the ball and I will push those cylinders down to the bottom. Let us see what happens to those balls. See, in one case on my right hand side, the pink ball is going down along with the cylinder. But in the other case, the orange ball, which is on my left hand, is floating up. Let me repeat this experiment once more. I am taking both the cylinders on top of the balls and bringing it down very slowly to the bottom of the trough, and watch both the balls. The pink ball is going down and the orange ball is floating up. Now my question is, why both the balls are behaving differently? Explain the scientific principles behind this.
I have one aluminium disc which is mounted vertically and which can rotate freely, and some colored strips are stuck on the aluminium disc. I have a magnet on my hand and you can see this magnet can attract the magnetic material. But aluminium disc is a non-magnetic metal, so the magnet cannot attract the aluminium disc or repel the magnetic disc. Now, if I rotate the magnet, then what we see, the aluminium disc also rotating in synchronization with the magnet, and if I stop the magnet, then the aluminium disc stops. You have to explain why this thing happens.
Let me go for next experiment. I have got a bottle of Coke. It looks like Coke. And two glasses. I did this magic with two of my friends. It was very scorching summer day. They were coming to my home. I was ready with this Coke bottle for them. When they entered, I started serving them. But suddenly one of my friends said, "I don't like Coke at all. Please give me plain water." I was not prepared for that, but I did this magic. Let me pour this Coke for both of them. One of them is getting water as he asked for, and this is the magic. They both got what they asked for, Coke and water. You understand now, this is not a magic, it's a chemical reaction which takes place in the glass. This is not a Coke, it looks like Coke, but it was nothing but iodine solution. In market you call it as tincture iodine. I poured both of them. One of the glass contains a hidden chemical in it. Now my question is, you have to identify which chemical it was and what chemical reaction takes place in the glass.
I have a coil of 2000 turns, and this coil is made of copper, and this coil has a core which is made of iron, and if I put the switch on, then AC will pass through the coil. And now I have one aluminium disc. Aluminium is a non-magnetic material. Now I put the aluminium here, the aluminium stays on the coil and nothing happens. But as soon as I put the switch on, AC will pass through the coil and the aluminium disc jumps up and finally levitates at a particular height. Now you have to explain why this thing happens so.
Now let us go for the next experiment. Here in this experiment, I have got a red handkerchief with me and I have got three liquids. Liquid A, liquid B and liquid C, 3 clear liquids. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to dip this handkerchief one by one in these 3 liquids and watch and enjoy the fun. Now let us dip this handkerchief in liquid A. Now see what is happening. My handkerchief was red, now it has become blue. Now I am taking this handkerchief back to liquid B. In this case, you see the liquid A stays as it is. It did not change its color. Now I am going to liquid B. Now my handkerchief become red again. But here also the same fun. The liquid B stays as it is. It doesn't change its color. Now I am taking this red handkerchief back to liquid C. Now see what happened. Guess the color of the handkerchief. See, it stays as red, but now the color of the liquid changes to blue. Isn't it very funny? Now let me tell you what is going on. I have got 2 indicators in this experiment. First indicator used to make this handkerchief red. And there is another indicator which is mixed in one of these 3 liquids. And other 2 liquids are, one acid, another is base. Now my question is, you have to identify both the indicators and you have to identify which of this liquid A, B or C is acid or base and neutral water with indicator 2. Explain the chemical magic.
I have a long pipe, plastic pipe with the 2 mouths open, and inside the pipe there are 2 plastic bottles. Now what I will do, I will close one end of the mouth by my palm and make it upside down. The bottles are falling very slowly. Actually they are falling with uniform velocity. Watch it once again. Close the mouth with the palm and then make it upside down. The bottles are falling with uniform velocity. Now in the next case, I will not close completely the mouth, but I will put one finger there so that there is a gap and air can pass through. Now make it upside down. This time the bottles are falling with acceleration. Watch it once again. Slowly make it upside down. The bottles are falling with acceleration. And why this thing happens? So you have to explain.